Do you have a newborn who is only sleeping in your arms or on your chest, maybe in the swing, maybe in the stroller, maybe in the baby carrier? What if I told you that just one nap a day could change everything for the better? Let's jump into it. Hi, my name is Missy. I'm the owner of Slumber and Bloom, certified pediatric sleep consultant and potty training coach. I love helping parents just like you navigate these huge milestones so you can enjoy the little moments in your baby's life, such as not being so incredibly exhausted that you can't really enjoy those sweet baby snuggles all night long if you're holding them all night long, which will teach you not to have to do that. Or if you're loving every feeding, every outing, every little moment, I am here to help you navigate the hard things so you can really enjoy the easy things. There is never any judgment here, so as long as your baby is safe, happy, and healthy, then whatever you're doing, if it is sustainable, then do what you gotta do, and you know your baby best. But these tips and tricks that I'm going to tell you today are going to help set the stage for healthy sleep for after that 4th trimester with your baby. All right, so first things first, let's talk about why crib naps matter. I will be the first to say that I was the type of mom who, when I had my first kid, I said, he's gonna sleep in his crib from day one, and it lasted maybe 3 days, and I realized very quickly that it was not very realistic because of how often babies wake during the night and need to be fed. So the more consistently you try one nap a day in your baby's crib, not only is it consistent for your child and they are starting to know what to expect, but they also are getting to know the environment in which their crib is located. So even if they're sleeping in your room overnight and they still have their own separate nursery, if you are letting your baby sleep in the nursery for one nap a day, they are growing accustomed to that space. The second reason why starting naps in the crib is going to be important is because it will set the stage for nighttime sleep. Now, yes, babies do process daytime and nighttime sleep differently, but because it will be in the same environment, they will be used to that space, and they will be setting the stage for a successful transition to sleeping overnight in the crib. Reason number 3 to teach your baby to have one nap a day in the crib from the get-go is because it is going to support brain and body development. Now, your baby is going to get a deeper sleep in their own environment that is pitch black dark and having white noise. You are replicating the womb environment in their room. So we're going from womb to room, and that means that we need to replicate as much as possible. When your child is getting a deeper sleep, they're having more body restoration, muscle growth and repair. They are having their brain development. 90% of growth happens in sleep. So why not try one nap a day in the perfect environment, even if it's not an amazingly 2-hour long nap, and maybe sometimes it will be, but they are going to have a better quality of sleep, and that is incredibly important, especially while you're laying the foundation for sleep for the rest of their lives. Reason number 4 is because it is going to give you, the parent, a predictable and consistent break. So I know we all love those baby cuddles and loving on our babies and holding them all day, every day. However, sometimes you need to shower, okay? It is okay to put your baby down so that you can take a shower, you can cook a hot meal, you can do the dishes, you can throw in some laundry, do whatever you need to do. But if you know that you're going to have one predictable nap every single day, putting your baby down in the crib, then you know that this is going to be your time to do whatever you need or want to do. Maybe that means you are taking a nap yourself. Great. Get that nap in. You deserve it and you need it. So you will have this predictability every single day. Now, if you're enjoying these tips so far, I have an entire course called Baby Prep Blueprint. This is your entire blueprint on how to handle the 4th trimester. Those first 3 months when your baby is transitioning from womb to world and you are turning into a mom. Don't forget that not only are you raising a baby, but you're also raising a mom. You are a completely new person, and to have a resource that is going to guide you through laying the foundation for healthy sleep and routines for your baby is going to be such a game changer. Check it out in the link in the description box down below. I would love for you to grab Baby Prep Blueprint today. let's keep going. Now you might be wondering, why are we only doing one nap a day in the crib? And I am here to tell you that one nap is enough, especially when your baby is a brand new newborn. So here's the situation, okay? Your newborn baby sleep is going to be very inconsistent. It's going to be unpredictable, and we expect it. It is predictably unpredictable. So having one nap a day in the crib is giving your baby that practice, and it's giving you that consistency to be able to lay the foundation for as they get older. Maybe they're 4, 5, 6 months old when they start really consistently starting to take a better nap in the crib. Another really important factor is that it is helping you manage your expectations. So you are going to have a reasonable plan of action that only one nap of the day needs to be in the crib. I prefer the first nap of the day because that's always the first nap to improve anyways. So having that be the first nap of the day in the crib just makes sense. But it also becomes less overwhelming for you as a parent when you know exactly when your baby is going to nap in the crib and when they might need to nap in your arms, the carrier, the stroller, or anywhere else. All right, so how are we gonna make this happen? I will tell you. Now, as I already said, the first nap of the day is going to be the best nap of the day to have your baby sleep in the crib. So I would definitely 100% recommend for your very first nap of the day. And since your baby is very young and you can be doing this from the get-go, you can nurse your baby to sleep, you can rock your baby to sleep, whatever you need to do, make sure your baby is deeply asleep before transitioning them to the crib. Now, what you want to do is make sure that you are swaddling your baby. You're using a similar nap time routine as you are for bedtime, but obviously much shorter. If you don't want to read books before naps every single time in the day that your baby is napping, which is a lot when they are newborn babies, don't start reading books during your nap time routine. But you do want to change their diaper, get them in their swaddle, give them a little snuggly poo, whatever you need to do to help calm them down and get them ready to sleep / falling asleep or fully asleep before you put them in the crib. Now, obviously, if you have a very easygoing baby, you can put them directly in the crib if they're not fully asleep, and you can maybe just put a hand on them, rock them side to side until they doze off. However, most newborns aren't going to be that easy. If you have one of those unicorn babies, then I envy you, because I don't think my third was that easy for naps, but I actually don't really recall naps being horribly terrible, but I also probably had manageable expectations. So anyways, if you are putting your baby all the way to sleep in your arms, you need a doll. Please hold. Okay, I'm going all out on this one, okay? So I'm gonna demonstrate how to put your baby down in the crib when you have rocked them all the way to sleep, okay? And you know that they're in a deep sleep because their breathing has slowed down and they have longer, deeper breathing, okay? So watch. Okay, move the camera back a little bit, but this is my baby, okay? Rock my baby, baby is asleep. You wanna have one hand on the butt and one hand around where their head is, obviously, like around their neck so your arm can support their head. Okay, you want to lay them down butt first, back, head, and then move your arms out. So here's how we're going to do this. I don't want to be in the way, so I'm going to try and do this a little bit sideways. But rest of them, slowly bring this hand around. It can be either hand. Leave it on their stomach for a moment, okay? So just leave it there. If they stir a little bit, just kind of rock side to side, and then stop. Move your hand. And go. That was quite the feat just to do a demonstration. Let's just fix the camera a little bit. Okay, another reason why the first nap of the day is a good one to do the first nap in the crib is because your baby is not overtired yet. Hopefully they just had a great night of sleep and they're not getting overtired, because as the day goes on, your baby obviously gets more tired and more tired, building up the sleep pressure. The naps are relieving a little bit of the sleep pressure, but then you're only bridging the gap until they go to bed and do it all over again. So the first nap of the day, when they are well rested from overnight, is the best chance to get a good nap in the crib. Now, here is a huge piece of advice. Do not skip this part, okay? Have 20 to 30 minutes carved out for this nap, okay? Like for yourself, to be hands-on helping your baby fall asleep. So like I just demonstrated, make sure your baby is in a deep sleep before you transition them in, and make sure that they stay asleep, because if you lay them down and they wake right back up, then obviously you're back at square one. So you need to make sure they're in a deep sleep, and you need to make sure that they stay asleep when you transfer them. Then you are more likely to at least get 30 minutes. All right, so if after 20 to 30 minutes of trying to get your baby to sleep in the crib, if it's not working, then throw in the towel and try again tomorrow. You need to expect that it's not going to be perfect every single day. It is not always going to happen every single day, but the more you practice, the more you're going to get progress. Remember that this is working a new muscle. You are building a new skill over time, and it is going to take plenty of time for the skill to improve, but the more that you give your child a chance to sleep in the crib, the more they're going to be used to it, and the more the rest of all the crib sleep transitions are going to go. Another little tidbit that I think is going to just help with your mindset is that when you do lay your baby down, and if you get them to stay asleep and they only sleep for an additional 20 to 30 minutes, they are sleeping for another sleep cycle. Hopefully you're getting at least 30 to 45 minutes, and if you're really lucky, they'll connect another 30 to 45 minutes so that you have time to take a shower and brush your teeth and dry your hair. Wouldn't that be great? In a perfect world, that would be amazing. But just remember that this is a skill that your child is practicing. There will be good days, there will be bad days, there will be backslides. It will sometimes feel like 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Or is the phrase 1 step forward and 2 steps back? I'm saying 2 steps forward and 1 step back, because we're not going to go 2 steps back, because then we're going to go back forward the next day. So do me a favor and promise yourself that you will try 1 nap a day in the crib for at least 2 weeks. Just try it. Humor me. If you've tried it, leave me a comment and tell me how it went. And if you're ready to dive into Baby Prep Blueprint, then grab the course in the description box down below. I will also put a link to it in the comment section of this video. If you enjoyed this video, then you will love my next video all about activities to do with your newborn baby to help promote brain development. If that video is available yet, it'll be right here. If not, then come back next week because it will be up, and keep blooming. Mwah.